The Lumière brothers, Auguste Marie Louis Nicolas, Oįst Marie Louis Nicolas, and Louis Jean Louis, were the first filmmakers in history. They patented the cinematograph, which in contrast to Edison's peepshow kinetoscope allowed simultaneous viewing by multiple parties. Their first film, Sortie de la Lumière de Lyon, shot in 1895, is considered the first true motion picture. History. The Lumière brothers were born in Besançon, France to Claude-Antoine Lumière and Jean-Joséphine Costil Lumière. They moved to Lyon in 1870, where both attended La Martinière, the largest technical school in Lyon. Their father, Claude-Antoine Lumière, ran a photographic firm where both brothers worked for him, Louis as a physicist and Auguste as a manager. Louis had made some improvements to the still photograph process, the most notable being the dry plate process, which was a major step towards moving images. It was not until their father retired in 1892 that the brothers began to create moving pictures. They patented a number of significant processes leading up to their film camera, most notably film perforations as a means of advancing the film through the camera and projector. The original cinematography had been patented by Auguste Guillaume Boulay on 12 February 1892. The brothers patented their own version on 13 February 1895. The first footage ever to be recorded using it was recorded on March 19, 1895. This first film shows workers leaving the Lumière factory. First film screenings. The Lumières held their first private screening of projected motion pictures in 1895. The American Woodville Latham had screened works of film 7 months earlier, but the first public screening of films at which admission was charged was held on December 28, 1895, at Salon Indien du Grand Café in Paris. This history-making presentation featured 10 short films, including their first film, Sortie des Lumières à Lyon. Each film is 17 meters long, which, when hand-cranked through a projector, runs approximately 50 seconds. It is believed their first film was actually recorded that same year with Auguste Bouley's cinematography device, which was patented the previous year. The cinematography, a 3-in-1 device that could record, develop, and project motion pictures, was further developed by the Lumières. The public debut at the Grand Café came a few months later and consisted of the following 10 short films. La Sortie de la Lumière à Lyon, 46 seconds. Le Jardinier, 49 seconds. Le Débarquement du Congrès de Photographie à Lyon, 48 seconds. La Voltige, 46 seconds. La Pêche aux Poissons Rouges, 42 seconds. Les Forgerons, 49 seconds. Repas de Acute, 41 seconds. Le Saut à la Couverture, 41 seconds. La Place des Cordeliers à Lyon, 44 seconds. La Mer, 38 seconds. The Lumières went on tour with the cinematography in 1896, visiting Brussels, Bombay, London, Montreal, New York and Buenos Aires. The moving images had an immediate and significant influence on popular culture, with l'arrivée d'un train en gare de la Ciotat and Carmo des Fourneaux du Coq. Their actuality films, or actualités, are often cited as the first primitive documentaries. They also made the first steps towards comedy film with the slapstick of La Rosa Araceli. Early color photography. The brothers stated that the cinema is an invention without any future, and declined to sell their camera to other filmmakers such as Georges Méliès. This made many filmmakers upset. Consequently, their role in the history of film was exceedingly brief. In parallel with their cinema work, they experimented with color photography. They worked on a number of color photographic processes in the 1890s, including the Lippmann process and their own bichromated glue process, a subtractive color process, examples of which were exhibited at the Exposition Universelle in Paris in 1900. This last process was commercialized by the Lumières, but commercial success had to wait for their next color process. In 1903 they patented a color photographic process, the autochrome Lumière, which was launched on the market in 1907. Throughout much of the 20th century, the Lumière company was a major producer of photographic products in Europe, but the brand name, Lumière, disappeared from the marketplace following merger with Ilford. They also invented the color plate, which really got photography on the road. Other early cinematographers. The Lumière brothers were not the only ones to claim the title of the first cinematographers. The scientific chronophotography devices developed by Edward Muybridge, Etienne Jules Marie and Ottomar Anschutz in the 1880s were able to produce moving photographs, as was William Freesia Green's chronophotographic system, demonstrated in 1890, and Thomas Edison's kinetoscope, premiered in 1891. Since 1892, the projected drawings of Émile Reynaud's Tête optique were attracting Paris crowds to the Musée Grévin. Louis Le Prince and Claude Mecquin had been shooting moving picture sequences on paper film as soon as 1888, but had never performed a public demonstration. Polish inventor Kazimierz Proszynski had built his camera and projecting device, called pleiograph, in 1894. Max and Emil Skladanowski, inventors of the bioscope, had offered projected moving images to a paying public 1 month earlier. Nevertheless, film historians consider the Grand Café screening to be the true birth of the cinema as a commercial medium, because the Skladanowski brothers' screening used an extremely impractical dual-system motion picture projector that was immediately supplanted by the Lumière cinematography. Although the Lumière brothers were not the first inventors to develop techniques to create motion pictures, they are often credited as among the first inventors of the technology for cinema as a mass medium, and are among the first who understood how to use it.